God bless you in the mighty name of the Lord Jesus Christ. My name is Brother Jonathan Kale, and I am here to say that the pastor Dowell, who is known as the polygamist Black Hebrew Israelite cult leader, who is not big on showing racism. However, he's false. The Lord has given me a vision this morning pertaining to a follower of him, someone who highly regards him, who I value, someone who actually value, and someone who I know that God has shown to me as, by the evidence, a prophet. And I saw on different occasions the effects of the misleading of this false prophet, Pastor Dowell. A lot of people might say, well, prophet, how's he a prophet? Well, the word prophet also means teacher. It doesn't just mean talking about what's going to happen in the future. That's the word. That's you limiting the word. Okay. But yeah, the word prophet doesn't merely mean explaining what's going to take place in the future that God showed you. The word prophet also means teacher. So yes, in particular context, and in this context, he is a false prophet. Okay, he's a false teacher. And I saw in the vision this person, this individual, being led astray by his corrupt teachings. And I saw this person treating his wife like a disobedient child. And I actually should have told this to this person, and I will, because I forgot to add this part. But this person was almost on the brinks of spanking this wife of theirs that they don't have right now. But I saw them in a vision as them having a wife, and I saw the disconnect. It was a very strong disconnect. I saw them about to spank their wife in a disciplinary act. It was as if they were about to spank them, put it like that. I didn't see them spank them, but I saw them like almost positioning themselves to justify spanking them. And I saw in their mind, okay, because only the Lord can reveal somebody's mind and somebody's heart. You wouldn't know. But I saw that harshness of not understanding the state of a wife and a woman, to the point of physical disciplinary acts, almost on the tip of their their mind, like they might have to spank them. You know what I mean? I understand restraining them and holding them down and stuff like that, because I had an animal. Okay. Sometimes women can act like animals. And I'm just being real, like, so I don't even blame people for restraining them and weighing them down and doing whatever they need to do to get themselves free from their irate behavior, because it's very popular. I want to put that out there. It's very popular. I've grown up seeing it. I've grown up seeing irate, physically inappropriate and just out of control woman because of their emotions not being intact. And so in their emotions not being intact, I've saw them just like, just lose control. And in all that, I'm not here to beat the men up, because only somebody who's on the man side can understand why a man can feel the way a man can feel. You know what I mean? However, um, this is not your child. And yeah, it's out of pocket, it's out of line, and it's also inappropriate to spank, or to even think and having the thought of thinking about spanking a woman in a non-sexual act. But the thought of even spanking a woman, you know what I mean, as your child because of disobedience, yeah, you have a corrupted view of woman. And Pastor Dowell uh, was presented to me immediately after showing who the influence was. And yes, that man is dangerous. Okay, I just want to add that man is dangerous. So, this word that that I'm giving right now, yes, it was a word for a particular person, but it's also a word for all of y'all who think in high regards of Pastor Dowell. Okay, this word is beyond just one man. This word is for anybody who highly regards him and highly esteems him and thinks that he is worthy of double honor. Okay. He's not worthy of double honor. Okay. He's not. Okay. Because there are teachers who are worthy of double honor. He's not in that group. Okay. And let alone he's already he's oh yeah, I also saw this same person who was influenced by him um go down a path after coming down a fork in the road, go down a black path. Everything was black. And the other path that he could have took was full of vibrant colors. And there were races of all races going down that path. But the main people that I saw that were going down the path to the left, because the other path was at the right, and the path to the left was pitch black dark, and the clothing was even dark. And I even saw like a dark hand guiding them. I didn't put that out there, but I need to also put that. I even saw like a black, not a figure of speech black, because we're not really black. You see my skin is brown, but you see my hair and my face or my head is black. Well, I saw a hand that was literally black, and it was guiding this man down that path, and others. It was like just pushing them along further. It was like, just in that, and it was like I saw a hand with claws on it. It was like a hand with black claws. So anyway, yes, there are people who are very big on pushing this narrative of Hebrew Israelites, and they come from different factions of Hebrew Israelites. All Hebrew Israelites aren't in the same belief. They're not all of one mind. The only thing that they all have in common is that they believe that the African descendants aren't really descendants of Africa, but rather of the Hebrews. Okay. Which is foolish because, like I told y'all, Abraham married an Egyptian, and we see that they come from two different genealogies. So it just shows you how ignorant they are, and how they're not really studying. You're just not looking at the simplicity. You don't even need a Bible dictionary or anything, concordance. You don't need anything great for this. It's just dumb. It's just like stupid, because it's like, okay, Egypt is still Egypt. Ethiopians are still Ethiopians. We know they're in Africa. Like, I mean, an Egyptian carried Jesus' cross, for crying out loud. So it's like what's also crazy? I want to say this too. You know what's also crazy is like we're also wedged biblically, we're also wedged into the 12 tribes of Israel, because two of those tribes are mixed tribes, Ephraim and Manasseh. So it's like there's African blood in them. But you can't take that. That's something to be proud of. Like, if you wanted, like, to, that's something to be proud of. Like, I mean, even though you're probably not literally specifically an Egyptian, but at least you see, wow, they have tribes that are mixed tribes that are half Egyptian and half Hebrew. Okay, and of course, it doesn't matter by now because they're so mixed up. I mean, a lot of them look like they're, Europeans because of them mixing up with them so badly. And they even have a language, like I said in the other video, Yiddish, because many of them have mixed with Polish people and have, the scriptures said that he would divide them all throughout the world and he would scatter them throughout the world. So it's not like this isn't the proof, because you don't see no Africans you don't see no Africans speaking a language that is either Hebrew or a language. And when I say Africans, I mean people who even look like they are descendants of Africans. Okay, and that can go from your highest yellow, but yet you look like you still have African in you, or whatever. And I think that what the problem is with black people is also African people or descendants, whatever you want to call it. I think that the problem is that they limited, many African Americans have limited the physical descriptions of Africans, okay? When this is a whole entire country, right? All Europeans don't look the same. So I think that there's like, well, I don't, they don't want to identify with some of the Africans that they look as less less attractive or less intelligent, you know what I mean? Like tribal people who are, far from an urban society and an urban side of life, with wide noses and huge lips and, and so dark that, they look like, the color of a black beard is mine. You're out of touch with reality. There are no races of people that all look the same. Okay, like there's even a saying that all Europeans look the same, or all white people look the same. I choose to say Europeans, but no, all Europeans don't look the same. They don't look the same. Matter of fact, one time my mom even said to me, Jonathan, I recognize that you don't see a lot of bald Irishmen. A lot of Irishmen don't go bald. And I said, wow. And I took notice after she said that. And I'm like, wow, you're right. A lot of Irishmen don't go bald. They really keep their hair on their head for almost all their life. You know what I mean? So I think we limit God. I think we limit everything, because there are no African features that are just set for all Africans. Like some Africans have wider noses. Some Africans have small little button noses. Some Africans have tall height. Some Africans are very extremely dark. Some Africans aren't dark, and they're not mixed with nobody, okay? They're not mixed with another race. They're just a light-skinned tribe, like the San people in South Africa. That is a light-skinned tribe of people, okay? And they don't have a lot of hair on their head. Their head can't even grow long. Their hair is very short, and they're a light-skinned tribe, okay? And their eyes are kind of slanted, okay? And they're all light-skinned, all of them. And they're not mixed with anything else. So you guys have to broaden your horizon, okay? Because a lot of people are they're really confused about, and I know what the disconnect is, because there's a lot of people who have a dislike for Africans because they think that all Africans look like this, or all Africans look like that, or all Africans don't even have the same accent. Like my father's accent, I can tell, like Fulani people don't have the same accent. Like, they don't have that rigid, like, what are you doing? They don't have that. I don't know how to say it, like that. They don't have the same accent though. You see what I'm saying? Like, I watched many women attracted to him in the fact that he was a foreigner. And he, in his accent, can have some sexiness to it. You feel me? I saw him with many models who would come to his his what do you call it? His shop, when he had a shop in Manhattan. Okay. Like, wow. Like, that should be like a wow right there. He had a shop in downtown Manhattan. A shop. That's a lot. Okay. It's probably like one of the most expensive places in the world is in Manhattan. And then you're talking downtown. But anyway, yeah, bad models would come to, he had a different swag. He didn't have, the swag that you might see with like somebody who's, on an infomercial being asked to give them money because they only have a certain amount of money and their stomachs are swollen and they have flies, all around them. Though he didn't come from those people. That's not the tribe of the people he came from. You don't see, those aren't the people in those commercials. You see what I'm saying? Like, and I think that we just have and it's like nobody wants to connect with that. They're like, wow, I don't want to connect with that. But it's also because we're so disconnected from who they are. You see what I'm saying? That we look at them all one way. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah, they have different looks. Most African Americans look like Nigerians, okay? Because Nigerians, I believe, really a lot of them was taken away. And you can tell a Nigerian, you know what I mean? Like Nigerians are like Serena Williams. They look like Wale. They look like Idris, that guy Idris. They look like him. They have that rich, dark, not all of them, because some of them, but they have a rich, dark look. They have strong bone density. You can tell they have strong bones, okay? Peter Samuels, he was a boxer. These guys are massive, not in necessarily height. They're not short people, but they have strong bones like Samoans. That's just how God made them that way. Senegalese people are very tall. They're known for being very dark and very tall. That's what they're known for, okay? They're known for being very tall and very dark, okay? That's just what they're known for. Fulani people, they're known for being lighter complected. They're known for looking like they have Arab in them, or have they still have a wide range of looks. But I'm just saying that's one of their distinct looks that they have. So this is part of the reason why a lot of African Americans don't want to identify as African, because I feel like they have troubles with what they were shown by America, I would even go as far as saying by white America, what they were shown of Africa. Okay, so then when they got there, they're like, whoa, this is Africa? Like, that's why, like, Malcolm X he wasn't racist after he went to Egypt. You know what I mean? He's like, wow, I'm even seeing Europeans who who are Islamic and living in Egypt, even Europeans. And so he let go of racism because he went to Egypt and he's like, wow, this is the way of their life. Like, it looks more like broad, like they're open to all races. It's just, and he dropped for the most part, he dropped a lot of his racism. And that's when he let go of the Nation of Islam. You see what I'm saying? And I feel like God was working on him, but I feel like the devil came in and took his life. But anyway, so, just being ignorant, okay? It's just as simple as that. Being ignorant, being uneducated. And it's showing in the teachings of people like Pastor Dowell and the teachings of people like Stephen Darby, who, by the way, God killed. And he said that Jesus Christ is not the Son of God. He said he's the Son of Man, okay? I quote, Pastor Darby said that Jesus is not the Son of God, he's the Son of Man. So these guys are always showing error. They're always showing error, okay? And of course, Yahweh ben Yahweh, their forefather, even though they don't want to probably all accept that, but that's their forefather. He kicked this whole thing off about the Hebrews being black or of African descent, even though they don't want to say that word. But anyway, yeah, God bless you all in the mighty name of the Lord Yeshua.